So Falke is out, and yeah, she's not very good. I'll be totally honest, I played her for about 30 minutes before I realized she didn't feel like my kind of character, like at all. So I'm a little Jon Snow on this subject, but take it from top players, yeah, she doesn't seem very good.
Literally zero potential.
I mean, sure, she just came out. She might end up having a super cheap setup or end up being somewhat good, but as it stands right now, she doesn't seem very hype, like at all. When a character releases, doesn't Capcom want it to be as hype as possible? Don't they want people to play their game and try out that character? I mean, Falke, her animations look cheap and weird. They look like something out of a NetherRealm game, and let's face it, everyone makes fun of their animations. It seems to be a trend. I mean, all Season 3 characters seem to be coming out really underpowered. I mean, this happened in Season 2 as well. In the next season, they received a ton of buffs. Some characters too much, some characters not at all, but we'll get to that later. Are they doing this on purpose? Fang, Vega, or Ed? All these characters really need something from Capcom, and they don't seem to be doing anything about it. In my opinion, characters should be released super strong. If you look at Tekken 7, the first edition of Akuma was super broken, like way too good, and he got nerfed eventually. But when he came out, it was hype. People were playing him. People knew that Akuma was in Tekken and they just wanted to play that character. He looked cool. And that's the total opposite of what Capcom seem to be doing with their new characters. I would go in the direction of Tekken and make a character really strong, maybe nerf them a bit later, but make the character really interesting, give them something cool that no one's ever seen before in the game. Otherwise, why are they here? Falke does nothing better than anyone else in the game right now. I sometimes wonder how Capcom make their balancing decisions. Now we're gonna need you to balance Street Fighter V to a fair state.
What the hell are you talking about? What do I do? What do I do? In the name of God, you've got to tell me!
Just buff and nerf the characters you think need it.
Just poke blindly at the controls until they let you go.
And even when it comes to making new versions of old characters like Sakura, they seem to have forgotten how they made that character in the first place. Sakura was a very combo-driven, very mix-up, fast Shoto. She was completely different to Ryu and Ken. She played totally different. In this game, she's got really short, stubby normals. She's slow. She's just bad. Just not fun at all. She doesn't feel like Sakura at all. Look at her face. It's almost like she knows she's bad. It's this kind of thing that makes me worried about what's gonna happen to Cody and Sagat, and I've been looking forward to those characters since the trailer last year. I really hope I'm wrong. And of course, there's always going to be low-tier characters in any fighting game. Not everyone can be a top-tier character, but when you have top players switching from the characters they've been known for, characters they play forever, and they switch to another character who's just better than them in every single way, there's a problem with balance. And the problem with that is, people will copy the top players. I mean, they know what they're doing, right? They could be right, and they might have a point, but the spread of information these days is so much faster than it used to be. This is one of the reasons why I think it's important for Capcom to create super hype characters from the get-go. And since they seem to be going for the season approach for Street Fighter V, I'd prefer if they spent a year balancing their roster, ironing out all of the bugs and weird things in the game, and then come Capcom Cup, which happens at the end of the year anyway, they could release a trailer hyping up a handful of characters that will come out by the end of the year, and then next season, start all over again. And this is kind of what Blizzard does with Overwatch. They tend to release their characters outside of the season, or they're not available in competitive play until the end of a season, so it doesn't disrupt the balance. And they also have a PTR, which I think this game could really benefit from, to let the players test drive the new characters, get the feedback of the people that are actually playing your game. I think that way, you'd actually have a much more balanced new character. And personally, I really want to love this game. It's Street Fighter. I really hate to say this because I hate Abigail, but as dumb as he was, in Season 3 at least he kind of made the game hype. Killing characters when you didn't think he would kill them, he needed the nerf. But instead of nerfing him, how about Capcom buffed all the other characters to be as broken as Abigail? Look how hype that game would be. It's not like Street Fighter V's system can't create hype. This mod shows how cool characters could actually be with just a few tweaks in the Street Fighter V system. Okay, so it's a little bit over the top for Street Fighter V, but they could take so many little cool things from this mod, or the ideas, and really create a new, cool, interesting idea on how Street Fighter V is supposed to be played. Street Fighter V, in my opinion, has a ton of potential, but in my opinion, they're kind of bungling it with how these new characters have come out and just fallen flat, and no one ends up playing them. Poor Sakura. No one cares about Blanka. What do you think? Maybe you think total opposite. Maybe you think Street Fighter V is perfect how it is, or maybe you think it really needs something. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Street Fighter V characters. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, following the channel for more videos on fighting games and the FGC. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Crazy, and a bumper cat, and a bumper new, and a blah blah blah. I want a rim shot, hey, diggy diggy.